Hello there, and welcome to the Movie Couple channel, where we talk about the latest in pop culture and movie news. I'm Obi-Wan.
I'm just Wendy.
And today, we're going to be talking about Florence Pugh in talks for Dune Part 2.
DC movie delays?
And Obi-Wan Kenobi teaser trailer dropped today.
You guys, so much fun stuff to talk about. Timing is everything, man. Like, I literally saw that trailer drop right as I was about to begin my session for therapy, and I was like, I cannot handle this right now. I can't skip therapy. Anyways, we're going to be talking about that and so much more on today's show. Happy Wednesday!
Happy Wednesday, everybody!
I got it right. I was like, I had to think about it.
Happy birthday to Blade GTR.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! We're so excited. We give you lots of love and support and love and hugs and birthday stuff.
Okay.
My brain, sorry, is a little today.
Something a little fluffy just ran in here, and I think she wants to say happy
want
birthday
to, say hi
to you
too? Come here.
as well.
Come here. Oh, so
There's
quick.
not a lot of room over there.
Nope, I gotta turn her delicately. Hey,
All
there
for
we
you.
go.
This is all for you, Blade.
All for you, Blade.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! Thank you so much for joining us today. Hello.
Everybody
and
in
for
the
all
chat,
of you who don't know
happy
this,
birthday.
Navi has a new color.
She's got a new color.
A new
yeah.
Disney color.
It's reflective and it's pretty. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into it because I'm pretty sure we are all gonna want to talk about the Kenobi trailer, which we're gonna save that for obviously later on in the show. Oh, and I forgot we were gonna.
Oh yeah, we had our lightsabers and everything all set and
We
ready.
forgot. Happy birthday, Blade. Happy Obi-Wan Kenobi Day to all of us.
The Obi-Wan lightsaber.
I just have the Ahsoka one, but it can do
There's
this.
nothing to. It's
It can
not
do
just.
this.
Oh, I love this. This is so cool.
You know how for Sleeping Beauty they say make it pink, make it blue. For Ahsoka, you can say make it blue and make it green.
Make it green, make it blue.
Yeah.
I like it. Mine is just one color, but it still works.
It's Obi-Wan.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today. We have a good couple of things to talk about.
Yeah.
But we also, if we have some extra time at the end, we do want to do a little bit of an Ask Us Anything. Mm-hmm. But let's dive on first into one of our super chats from Marvin Martin. Thank you so much for your support.
Thank you, Marvin Martin, who writes, hey, speaking of Kenobi, if you could give some extra filler and fluff to a franchise or lore, and if you could create your own order of whatever.
Honestly, I would love for them to start expanding more on the Force orders that are not just Jedi or Sith. Because in a lot of the expanded universe, there's a lot of Sith factions that broke away from the Sith. There are some Jedi factions that broke away from the Jedi. So you have this nice gray area to where they're not Sith. And actually, if you call them a Sith, they'll probably be like, I'm not a Sith. I do follow the dark side, but those Sith guys are crazy. Or they are the true followers of the dark side. We go all the way in, kind of a thing.
I think right now, as far as Star Wars goes, we were talking specifically to that. We've seen obviously the factions like the Jedi, the light side and the dark side. We've seen bits and pieces of the Resistance. I would like to see a little bit more of the smugglers and that operation and how that works, because we saw, I feel like, some of it obviously in like the Solo movie, but I feel like I wanted to explore it, but really outside of like any main character. I want them to highlight like a lesser known characters. Maybe Hondo could be the one. I remember not liking Hondo too much the first time I met him in Clone Wars. Was it Clone Wars or was it Rebels?
Yeah, he
Rebels.
No, he was first in Clone Wars.
Okay, I get. Sometimes they overlap for me, so I can't remember. One of those animated ones, but he grew on me.
Yeah,
he really did.
Once you kind of get used to kind of his campiness, used car salesman kind of pirate, a little bit of used car salesman mixed in with a little bit of Jack Sparrow, mixed in with a little bit of
looks like a pirate. Yeah,
space pirate. It's interesting. He does kind of grow on you for after a little while.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would like to kind of see more of like what we were hoping to get from the Boba Fett series, which is the criminal underbelly of Star Wars, to see more of Crimson Crimson Dawn. I always mess up their name if that's not correct. To see more of the Pikes, to see more of the Hutts, because technically we really didn't get that much of the Hutts.
Nope, they were there, and then they were like, bye.
And then they were like, we're too late. We don't want to be in this fight. Peace out. We're out of here. And we're like, wait, where are you going? You this is on Tatooine, the Hutts own Tatooine.
Well, maybe they'll be back later. Who knows?
I hope so.
Who knows? Now that the Pikes are out, they can just be like, do. Maybe that was their plan all along, that they knew that something like, if they just stepped back and watched, this could happen, and they can just tiptoe back in.
Wait until everyone's beating themselves up, and then they
Although Boba Fett is kind of rooted there now.
Yeah, so he's definitely gotten the support of the people. He's more of a savior than he is another crime lord. So they're like, yeah, Boba Fett. Yes. But honestly, Marvin, there's actually a lot of stuff that they really could explore and go into. There's a lot of different lore that they can explore, more lore that they could create, and also just for them to be kind of like, hey, you know what? Let's just explore this gray area between Jedi and Sith.
Yeah.
To kind of bring back what you would call the balance to the Force. Because if you have all on one side or all on the other, that's very imbalanced. But if you have them more in the middle, you create balance.
There's just so much more in the universe. Like, I honestly wouldn't mind, and I know she's from the books, so I don't know if they'll ever adapt that onto like an animated show or a live action series for Star Wars. But Vi Marathi, very much exists, and that's kind of an interesting way to take a look at that too. But that's really kind of including the lore of that is Batu, aka Galaxy's Edge. So I don't know, but just things like that, because I feel like we've seen so much from the original characters, who we love. Yeah. Like, I am so excited for this Kenobi series. You have no idea. Well, I'm sure you guys do have an idea, because I'm sure you're equally, if not more excited than me. But at the same time, once we've explored these character stories, I don't want us to keep coming back and regurgitating them. I want them, because we need to expand the universe to, further out, which I think we are really starting to see more and more and more. Like, take The Mandalorian, for example. It's still somewhat rooted in its, lore, and it still connects to some of the characters we know, but it's also something fresh and different.
Well, since we've kind of already begun this talk, do you want to just continue this as our first topic of the day, or do you want to dive into Florence Pugh?
Florence Pugh real quick, and then
we'll come back to.
We'll go from the space desert sand to another space desert sand, and let's talk a little bit about Dune Part 2. So we know that the movie was greenlit, which we're all kind of expected. But I guess there's that small percentage of like, what if they don't?
What if they don't greenlight it? What if they don't continue it?
Gosh.
What if this is all of the new Dune that we get?
I would be very sad.
Me too.
But it looks like Part 2, now that it's being greenlit, so they're going to start ramping up their pre-production. And sources are telling Deadline that Florence Pugh is in negotiations to join the cast. So nothing has been confirmed by her rep, by the movie studio, by anybody. So we'll treat this as, rumor, if you will. But she is rumored to play, I'm going to pronounce this really, really wrong, so I'm so sorry in advance. She is in talks to play Princess Irulan? Sure. Carino. She is the eldest daughter to the Emperor Shaddam Carino. Is that the 4 or 5? Fourth. So she would be joining the existing cast of Dune, which is really exciting. I don't really know too much about her character, because the movie we've not gone there, and I'm not really all the way through the books yet. Haven't really made much progress, honestly, because I got super busy and I stopped reading things. But we love Florence Pugh so much.
I've loved her. Actress.
She's so versatile. Like, I remember Fighting with My Family was the first film where I was introduced. It was either that or Little Women. I think it was Fighting with My Family, then Little Women, and then all the million other ones. And then, of course, we know her as Yelena, who we love. So just adding her to the universe that is Dune makes me really, really happy. And obviously, the film studios, the actors, they have not commented on this. So, and if she's in negotiation, it's not really a sure bet. They could get to the end of the talks and she could be like, man, I don't know. Or like we decided to go take the character in another direction. Right. That could happen as well. And the film is kind of far away at this point. According to the article, the film is going to production on the film is expected to start in the fall, and the film is set to premiere October 20th, 2023, and I feel like that's a soft date. There's nothing firming up, because as we all know, things change and things move as needed.
Yeah, very true. And also, it's nice to hear that they're going to start filming, but then you get, they're going to start filming, and then you start thinking, wait a second, they're going to start filming, and I'm like, oh, we still have a long time to go. Well, anytime that we're really excited for a movie and we start hearing some great names that are going to be put into the movie, we no, we want it now. Don't make us wait.
Yeah.
So it's nice to hear the updates, to hear the new things that are coming down the pipeline, and for us to be excited for Dune 2, because I just thought it was gorgeous. I thought it was beautiful. Yeah. And since, Dune is now kind of like in the home stretch.
I'm getting a phone call and it says scam likely. So you can yeah, we're not going to pick up anything that says scam likely. Look, if I don't know you, I'm not picking up.
Mm-hmm.
That's you can leave, if it's important, you can leave me a voicemail.
And according to DJ Knight, do you think that they'll put some mac and cheese on Akaris?
Mac and cheese adjacent, but
Arrakis.
Sorry,
I was like Akaris. Oh, Arrakis.
Mac and cheese adjacent, but they wouldn't be able to call it mac and cheese. It would have some sort of Dune-esque name, but it could look like a form of mac and cheese.
And then she puts some sriracha sauce on
that'd be so funny. Desert spice.
Desert spice.
Oh man. All right, you guys. Mac and cheese on Iraqis. Mac and cheese on Iraqis. All right, you guys. So with that said, we're excited for Florence Pugh. We're excited for Dune Part 2. Love the first one so much.
Now, this is also interesting. We haven't heard about how they're actually going to be releasing Dune 2.
It's going to be theaters for sure.
It makes sense for them to drop it in theaters because, the whole reason why they dropped it straight to HBO Max was because of, extenuating circumstances that have been going on for the last 2 years. But now that those circumstances hopefully will be long gone by 2023.
I hope so. I'm ready. I'm so ready to not be living in a pandemic.
For them to just finally be done with it and to finally just be back in the theaters with a big bucket of popcorn. I'll have two, one for the first Dune Part 1 and then one for the second one.
Just sit in the theater all day and just enjoy your buttered popcorn and soda and candy. And according to MK, Dune comes back on HBO Max tomorrow. So if you missed it in theaters, you can watch it from the comfort of your couch. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and move on to our next topic here, which is, I got to find the banner that I made for it. This, I am not sure if it's rumor or speculation, but I saw a tweet and I can't even remember what, because I didn't copy and paste, but apparently a bunch of the DCEU films are being moved. And this sounds really, really far away, with Black Adam being delayed to fall 2022, with, let's see, The Flash delayed all the way to June of 2023, Aquaman 2 delaying to basically next year, March of 2023, and Shazam 2 is moving from mid-2023 to December 2022 this year, which I like. But it's interesting because what is causing these delays? I imagine production is really not having issues as far as COVID goes.
I don't think it's, actually, MK just dropped something in our Discord.
Okay, well, let's
so if you want to go and look that up, and speaking of our Discord, if you guys want to be a part of the conversation and get a lot of up-to-date movie news, because I have to admit, our movie bunch is amazing.
Thank you, movie bunch.
You guys are awesome with finding news, placing it in our Discord, and being able to keep us up to date.
Yes.
But MK just dropped a
article from Deadline.
An article from Deadline.
I'll go ahead and open that.
It makes kind of sense because a lot of the things with with DC is right now they don't have that very that's firm hand that in order to follow a significant line. They've been starting to veer off course, with great movies, don't get me wrong. With the Joker that has no connection to any of the other DC universe, with the the Batman that has no connection to the DC unit, with the Justice League universe. So trying to bring those movies back to the forefront while you have all of these other exciting movies from DC coming out is kind of it's kind of losing steam.
Yeah.
The original Zack Snyder / Joss Whedon
We don't talk
DCU.
about just. No. We don't talk
Nope.
about just.
No, we do not. But we're going to move forward. But so it makes sense that they're kind of hitting a whole bunch of speed bumps, that they are not able to get the momentum to get these movies finally out, which is sad because I want to see that Flash movie. I want to see Black Adam. I want to see Shazam 2. But if they're starting to, if Warner Brothers is starting to see, hey, you know what? Why bother with this universe that we're struggling with? Why don't we just create a new one? Follow the Robert Pattinson. So I can kind of understand why there's some hiccups, but what exactly the article says.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and get to that real quick. And MK even says here the Deadline article, which I have opened now, mentioned they heard some of the delays were COVID related. So here is the article. So WB made a bunch of release date moves for a lot of these tentpole high profile movies, and Deadline does say in the article here that they are hearing that some of the changes are due to in parts to COVID-related delays, which I think it's still like with SAG, I think there's still a lot of restriction of like how many people, and I don't know the details, but how many people potentially would be allowed on a set at once. Maybe there's quarantine issues because depending on where they shoot, who's coming in from where, or if they're traveling for other parts of their jobs, because actors take jobs all the time and sometimes they're working on two things at once, which is insane. Because of how much like attention they have to pay to like playing a single character already. Imagine having to switch characters, like that. But in any case, here are some more dates. So DC League of Super Pets movie is moving from May 20th to a couple months back, so July 29th. The Flash movie is moving from November of this year to June 23rd of 2023. Aquaman 2 moves from December of this year to March 17th of 2023. Wonka, oh my God, so it's not just DC movies. It's moving from March 2023 to the end of next year, December. And then Shazam, Fury of the Gods is moving up, this is like the only good news. Is moving up from June of next year to the end of this year, which is December 16th. And then Meg 2, get ready for the Megalodon, because that has been set for August 4th of 2023. And then also we know that Black Adam is moving from July 29th to October 21st. Let's see here.
Those are a lot of switcheroos. Like what is that called when you use the cups and you're flipping things around? It's
that's what it's called. I don't know if there's a proper name for it. the cup switcheroo thing.
Cup switcheroo. We'll go with the official terminology on that one.
Yeah.
But it's a little weird, I mean, it makes sense, that they've had, once you have COVID troubles once, it's kind of like it's hard to get back into the groove of things. I mean, look what happened to Mission Impossible.
Yeah. I feel like that movie should have come out forever ago. Yeah. Remember how many times they moved movies like Morbius as well. So I guess it's just kind of a reminder of like COVID's still here. Things can still happen. People can 100% still get sick and delay production. So,
and it would make sense because we also saw a lot more of Shazam 2. We saw on set pictures of on-set photos of them already filming. Yes. So it would make sense that since they've already done the part that COVID can kind of mess with, they're like, okay, we've got this one already in the can. Let's move this one up. So, hey guys, get to the edit. And I feel bad because probably the editors are being pushed a little bit harder to be like, we need to get this movie out so we can move these other movies that are having COVID problems back.
It's interesting. I just hope, as they release these movies, that overall, like the DCEU universe, whatever that may be, whatever it may look like, will hopefully make sense. So they don't establish something in this movie, but then because this one's pushed back, like they have to kind of, maybe, Marvel did that too. They had to play the juggling act of like, if we put this here, does it still make sense within the MCU in the story that we're telling? WB has to kind of look for that too.
Yeah.
So maybe certain movies cannot come out until this movie comes out. So there's reasons, partly to do, like they said, with COVID, partly to do with something else. But either way, we are looking forward to a lot of those movies. So, especially the Megalodon, the trench. I'm just kidding.
I do have to imagine too that with the DCEU, you might actually get a little bit more leeway with continuity errors.
Yeah.
Because since they have gone in different directions so many times with completely different stories, people are just going to be like, you know what? Just give us a good movie, even if there are a whole bunch of continuity errors. And honestly, that's kind of what I am at. I'm like, you know what? I don't care if it really, how badly the Flash messes up the timeline, so to speak, or this really shouldn't have happened because why did this happen in, what is it called?
Black Adam?
Batman. Batman v Superman. You know, that Flash of the Flash. So if it doesn't quite match up, but honestly, I just want to see these movies. So as soon as they come out, I'm going to be, my butt's going to be in a movie theater.
Well, hopefully by then, by the time everything comes out, we are going to feel 100% safe going back to the theaters and eat our popcorn and enjoy and just have a grand old time. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and...
we do have a few super chats.
Elia says, I still haven't watched the Meg. Look, I enjoyed the movie. It was entertaining. The books are better, though. I'll say that. I've read a lot of, or should I say, listened to a lot of the Megalodon series. Like a lot of the books by Alton, I've just like decided to download. I even did the one with the Loch Ness monster.
Oh yeah, Ness.
I was like, you know what? Why not?
Ness of Loch.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Why not? Okay. Super chats. You guys, thank you so much for your support, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for sending in these super chats. First one goes to Chris. Chris says,
thank you so much, Chris.
Who do you think Obi-Wan will fight first, Vader or one of the Inquisitors? And show us Navi.
Well, actually, I don't think Obi-Wan will fight Vader. Because
I don't think so either.
The way it kind of goes in the timeline is the fact that it's really did seem like Obi-Wan and Vader had not seen each other since their fight on Mustafar, to the point in A New Hope.
When Alec Guinness fights him. So
my guess will be an Inquisitor.
Yeah, because this trailer was Inquisitor heavy.
Yeah.
So it really shows us like, okay, here are the baddies for the upcoming series. Here, get ready to buy their toys because they're coming. Yeah. So I do think, but do you think he'll face to face with Vader at all?
No, because what is it? What's his name? Grand Moff Tarkin seemed to think that Obi-Wan was dead in A New Hope. But of course, you know, Vader knew that he was still alive. So I'm assuming that Obi-Wan stays pretty well under wraps. He's able to stay hidden on Tatooine very well. And he's able to go out and, you know, maybe he leaves the planet of Tatooine every now and again. Yeah. To do some fun and exciting things for the TV show. But no one's going to be like, oh, I saw Obi-Wan Kenobi and I have proof of that he's still alive. Yeah. I think it's going to be, we'll get flashbacks. We'll get Vader maybe fighting other Jedi. Or we get maybe Vader solo conversations with said Inquisitors via hologram or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think the two are going to face to face. I don't really think, I mean, it would be really badass to get like a Kenobi Vader fight, but that would kind of set things weird for the rest of the films, for the original trilogy. So that's kind of our thoughts. You guys let us know your thoughts in the chat or in the comment section if you're watching this on the VOD. And I don't know where our dog went. Because Navi, come here, Navi. There we go. Hopefully she'll be here in just a few moments. I hear the little jingle jangle. Jingle jangle. Come here. Actually, take her thingy off because I don't want my phone numbers on that. Come here. Our phone numbers are on that. Oh, okay. Well, if you want, you can get to, while I'm getting Navi all situated. Oh, get to the next super chat. Yeah. This next one comes from Marvin Martin. Thank you so much, Marvin, who also dropped a nice little thing in our Discord for the We Don't Talk About Bruno by Voice Play. So thank you so much for dropping that into our Discord. And Marvin says, if you could make a non-connected film for a franchise. Oh, so you know what? Honestly, there's a lot. I would love to do a whole bunch for Star Wars. Say, what was that Stars one? Where it was just the Lost Stars. Lost Stars. God, I love that book so much. It's right there. It's right. All my Star Wars books are here. I would love for them to do like Lost Stars, where it's just two people that are going through the events of the original saga, Star Wars saga. Ooh. I would love to have a completely unrelated story in the Harry Potter universe, to where it takes place either way before Harry Potter, so you don't even get like Dumbledore.
Ooh,
to where
early.
you know what, you could be really, it would cool, like the foundation of Hogwarts, or the founding of Hogwarts. I think that would be really fun. Or to get something to where you get like maybe 20 years after, or like 10 years after Harry Potter has like died of old age. So you now have this, it's the year 2022, but with the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
What does Hogwarts look like, and do they have good Wi-Fi and reception? Because they're wizards. Would they even need that?
Well, and also there's got to be a point too in the Wizarding world where wizards are like, Muggle technology is becoming intense.
That's kind of like Onward.
Yeah.
How magic went away because of technology.
I think that would be really interesting to kind of explore and see. Keep it in the world of Harry Potter, but wizards are starting to be like, either we're going to have to reintegrate with the Muggle world, or the Muggle world is probably sooner or later going to take us over.
I actually like that. I actually like that a lot. I want to see, you know, Harry Potter, or should I say the Wizarding world of Harry Potter, but like years, maybe hundreds of years after, and you know, do witches and wizards still set out to go to the School of Magic and learn, and how does like technology, modern day technology go? I don't need it to be super modern. Like I don't maybe necessarily need wizards and witches doing TikTok, because I think that kind of
that would be funny.
It's like borderline satire, but like I would feel like I would want to see, you know, the inventions of like commercial airline. And now, like, then do the wizard even need to, like, you know, do the? I mean, it's free, I guess, so I think cheaper. But
well, and that's the thing. There are some things that magic can do 100 times better.
Yes,
but there's also things that modern technology can do 100 times better. Why learn a complicated spell that you're in the middle of a spell fight with when you just pull out a handgun? So I think you would start to get this really, and you can start creating, like, you would have your wand as your defensive weapon, and you would have your gun as your primary attack weapon. I think that would be really cool to kind of start exploring. Like, for example, when I play D&D, that is something I love being. I love being like an artificer or an alchemist, or someone that takes and tries to combine magic and technology. So I would love to see something like that.
Yeah.
So, but there's a ton of franchises that would I think do with this kind of separation from whatever made them popular, and just kind of exploring the richness of the world that they have created, either it be Harry Potter, or whether it be Star Wars or Star Trek. I think would be a really fun one too.
Yeah. Star Trek would be,
because that is such a rich world.
I think a trailer also came out for Star Trek today.
Oh,
but I don't know if it's for what show or whatnot. But I'm not as well versed in Star Trek.
Ricardo Remis. That is a really cool title.
Can you say it out loud?
Harry Potter: Dawn of Technology. That almost sounds like a combination of Harry Potter and the Terminator.
Oh my god. That's funny. That's a good title. All right, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and move on to our Kenobi talk.
Oh yeah,
let's go ahead and talk about Kenobi. And I would like to call out this comment right here from Eric. Eric, thank you for watching. And Eric writes, I'm 50 years old. I watched the original Star Wars in the theaters. The prequels drove me away from Star Wars. Dave Filoni with Mandalorian and Boba Fett brought me back after 20 years, and now Kenobi. Thanks. Yeah,
honestly, that is very similar to my path with Star Wars, because it was interesting when the you squirmy with when the prequels first came out. I loved it. When I first saw Phantom Menace, I saw it, I loved it. I thought, oh, the technology is amazing. I love that fight with Darth Maul. And then I started watching it over and over, and I'm starting to go, okay, this isn't as good as I remember. Wow, Jar Jar Binks is more annoying than I remember than the first time I saw this, because there was that hype about it. And then, what is it called? When Attack of the Clones came out, I was like, oh, I was so mad. But then again, I loved when I first saw Yoda fighting with a lightsaber for the first time. When I saw that massive army of Jedi on Geonosis fighting, I thought that was awesome. And it's weird, the ups and downs that we have had with Star Wars, to where, yeah, we grew up on the original saga. We loved it. We kind of got let down with the prequels, but then brought back up with Clone Wars cartoons, and then Rebels. So, and then let down again kind of with the sequels. And that's only for some people.
Yeah, I was going to say that with the caveat of like some of the people grew up, so how you and I grew up with the original trilogy. Some people grew up with the prequels, and like that's their thing, and they love it. And of course, we don't want to be like taking the joy away. Yeah. So like it may not be for us, but if you enjoy it, like we love that for you so much. Same thing if you enjoyed the sequels. If you will, the latest 3 movies. But we are so excited for the Kenobi trailer. So of course, naturally, we grabbed some screenshots for this trailer, opening with, of course, the man himself, Ewan McGregor, older, wiser, beardier. Beardier.
Well, actually, I think in one of the other prequels, he actually had a much thicker beard, or at least it seemed a little bit longer, but you do start seeing the lines, the age in his face, and the fact that he looks now so much like Sir Alec Guinness.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm just like, this is, even in the prequels, he was the pinnacle of perfect casting for this. For those movies. And no matter what you think of the prequels, he is the standout best part of
my
it.
favorite part of the prequel.
Hello
Star
there.
Wars. Also, we see that there's like over 100 of you guys watching. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Movie Couple Live as we talk about the Kenobi trailer. If you can please give this video a thumbs up, really helps us out on YouTube to get more visibility and algorithm and all that good stuff. All right, back to the Kenobi.
Share, subscribe.
Yeah.
And also, if you want to join our Discord, we do have, if you want to continue the conversation, because
I should make a Kenobi spoilers channel already on there. I haven't done it yet, but I will.
We are going to be doing reactions to Kenobi when it comes out on Disney Plus, just like we did for Boba Fett, just like we did for The Mandalorian.
Yes. So because RIP our sleep schedule.
Yeah.
But it'll be well worth it because it's Kenobi. Like we're so excited. Okay, let me go ahead and put this in our chat. So if you would like to join our Discord community, the Movie Bunch, go ahead and click on the link. Just a couple of rules. Essentially, don't be a jerk. If your opinion differs from someone else, agree to disagree and let's move on. Everybody's allowed to have an opinion. Don't be rude about someone else's opinion. Also, just because somebody else doesn't like the thing that you happen to like, it doesn't mean you can't like it anymore, and vice versa. So it's just I'll be nice.
Now there was a DJ Knight brought up a very good point.
This one?
Yep. And that is Princess Leia in Kenobi. In the trailer, we did see Luke. We see him on the top of his little
I have a picture.
Igloo house or igloo hut kind of thing, driving, piloting, or pretending to be a
pilot. Yeah.
Pretending to be a pilot. So does that mean we get to see Princess Leia? Maybe Obi-Wan meets up with Bail Organa. And
oh my gosh, can you
imagine? He kind of gestures to the back seat, and there's Princess Leia. And we get to see a young Princess Leia. I think that's perfectly possible.
It's possible.
If we see Luke, why wouldn't we see Leia? Leia is just as important.
Yeah, she could just make an appearance. She doesn't need to, be some sort of like, crazy arc or reveal or anything like that. It's just that we know that she exists because they're twins.
Yeah.
About the same age. And maybe in the back of a hologram or something. Like that would just be cool.
Yeah,
just a cool little thing to add to the series.
And also, I'm curious on how much Luke is going to be in this. Are we going to actually have a pretty in-depth conversation between Luke and Obi-Wan? Because in A New Hope, he really did seem like he had a few conversations with Ben. I wonder if he means old Ben Kenobi, this old hermit that lives out beyond the Dune Sea. So it seems like Luke was familiar with him. Like Kenobi had come by a few times and either talked to his uncle or talked to Luke himself for a little bit.
Anakin Skywalker, Disney finally let me back in. Yeah. I love that our ears at the end of that Kenobi trailer, you heard the very, just that slight breathing, that kind of, it's almost so what's the word I'm looking for? So subtle, because the music of the Duel of Fate was so loud, and then everything kind of goes shh, and then when you said, I was like, that is Vader. Oh yeah. So that's, we know he's going to be in it. So it's going to be, I'm very excited for this. I hope that we absolutely, love the series. I can't wait. I'm like definitely invested.
Something I'm also very curious about, because they did it so much in Boba Fett, is, are there going to be a few episodes in the Kenobi series where they're not going to actually have Kenobi there at all? For example, it really does seem that, one, they're going to be focusing a lot on the Inquisitors.
Yeah, let's talk about the Inquisitors.
Their journey to hunt down Jedi.
Yes.
That one scene where the Grand Inquisitor, or I always mess up his name, but where the Grand Inquisitor is like, where is he? I'm like, is he actually talking about Kenobi? Or is he talking about another Jedi that he is hunting down?
It's possible.
At this time, there's still a ton of Jedi out there that they could be hunting down. So this really could focus on a few episodes where it's just the Inquisitors hunting down different Jedi.
Yeah.
And, this is also the time period during, what is it called? The video game, Force Unleashed? The Force Unleashed. Thank you. During the Force Unleashed. Force Unleashed. My apologies. So there could be a lot of that storyline being adapted for this series.
Yes.
So I'm really excited just to see where they're going, what they're planning on doing. But one thing that I really wanted to talk about is the way the Inquisitors look.
Here's a better photo, I think.
I want to get,
because there's a little bit of like lens flare or like lighting that's kind of in front of his face, so you can't see it as well. This is like the best screen cap that I could have gotten, but this is a better photo, I think. Plus it looks cool because he's got the lightsaber that spins.
Oh, and Mike did mention Fallen Order. This is during that time period as well. So it would make a lot of sense to have a lot of these characters, that if Disney really wanted to start to pull some of these characters into live action and make these characters more in the cinematic universe, so you can actually make live action movies or live action TV shows out of them, introduce them in Kenobi.
Yes.
So I'm curious if they're going to use this Kenobi as a tool to start bringing in more and more of these characters.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do like that. I just, never thought, because I think so far where we've seen the Inquisitors, so far it's been in Star Wars animated series. Is that correct?
Say that again? I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I got tuned out. When we have met the Inquisitors in the past, they've only been animated in animated series.
We've never seen the Inquisitors in live action.
So for the first time, we're seeing the Inquisitors in live action. I showed you guys 2 pictures already. Here's another one.
That looks like I think 7th brother.
7th sister, 9th. No.
Oh, no, 9th brother.
Am I mixing up my? You guys let us know in the chat. A couple more photos here. And also I'm curious as to who she is facing. She's giving me Vader vibes because of the shoulder and the little glowy, the buttons on her belt. But who she is kind of facing off against here. Sure, I don't think it's going to be Kenobi because they have a blaster.
Yeah, and he's very how uncivilized.
Yeah, so I don't think it'd be him. So I'm curious as who it could be. Could it be somebody we already know? Could it be somebody that we don't know? And then also this photo here where she just straight up was like, lightsaber out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm ready for the action for this too. As with any Star Wars, whenever they ignite a lightsaber, action scenes, very excited for it. I'm very much looking forward to it. I don't even remember how many episodes there are going to be in this series, but if we go by the previous Star Wars Disney Plus shows, somewhere generally between 6 to 9 I think is the numbers, though I would not mind if it was more. Give us more, or just give us a second season.
They could.
Fifth brother.
The 5th brother.
And
there's also a whole bunch of Inquisitors that we have not met yet. That this could be good fodder for Obi-Wan to take out.
Mm.
Say, for example, if they send one of these new Inquisitors down to search Tatooine and they just never come back because Obi-Wan took care of them.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna need some people to fight Kenobi,
yes,
and die.
Yes,
because I'm dying to see lots and lots of lightsaber fighting. They showed lots of lightsabers that were red in this, but I want to see more and more lightsabers in this. We haven't seen a good lightsaber fight for a while, but I'm also curious if they're going to do some overlap, like with Rebels. One of the scenes that I would love to see in live action is that conversation and that moment in Rebels between Obi-Wan and Darth Maul, where it's that quick little fight. It's just where we see the conclusion of Darth Maul's storyline. I would love to see that in live action.
Yeah.
And whether or not they do that, it's not necessary because we've already gotten it. But I would love to see a live action version of it to see how they actually adapt it for live action.
Absolutely. And I do want to mention, so you and I have been, we watched the Kenobi trailer a couple of times, that when the Duel of Fate music comes in, my soul definitely left my body. I was like, man, I love this music so much. And naturally, throughout the morning, as we're setting up for today's live stream, we're humming the Duel of Fate, and we're also yelling at each other going, Kenobi!
Kenobi!
So Debbie actually dropped in Discord earlier, but I don't know how to bring the image over. It's just working for some reason. But Sam Witwer, who voices Darth Maul in the Star Wars animated series, also voices Starkiller, right? Sam?
Yes,
Starkiller?
He's voices Starkiller and Darth Maul,
and I think a couple of other, because he's a voice actor as well as an actor, so he's done tons. But he tweeted out as soon as the trailer drops, he writes Kenobi.
That was really funny.
Yeah, in just all cap letters, and that's the only way to say Kenobi, I think, at this point. Just
Very
yell
true.
it angrily, Kenobi.
And just to see some more of the journey of these characters that we love. I'm really excited to see just where they're going to take this. What is the story that is going to be revealed to us? Because this time period has been touched on here and there in Rebels and in Clone Wars, but not Clone Wars, in Rebels pretty much. But to really get more in depth in this series and this time period is very exciting for me.
One of the things that I wondered if, and I honestly, after I said it out loud, I don't know if this, for time and for character, or story, should I say, it would make sense. But I wondered if Ahsoka and Obi-Wan would face to face, maybe one more time in this. But this is also I think you mentioned, it's really not likely that her and Kenobi met or spoke again after Order 66.
Yeah, I think once she left for Mandalore to battle Darth Maul, that was the last time she saw Obi-Wan or she saw Anakin.
Yeah. I mean, that freaking broke me in what was it? The Clone Wars, the 7th season, when she was like, "Hello, Master. Long time," or whatever it was. It's been a while. And I'm like, oh my God, because you know what happens. You know what happens if you're invested. So yeah. We are very much looking forward to this series. It comes out again May 25th for Disney Plus. And I think MK actually dropped in our Discord that it's going to be 6 episode series. Gosh, that's it?
Only 6?
Can they be 1 hour?
Want more.
Can they be 1 hour long each time? Because that'd be great. Maybe they're giving us a season 2.
Maybe.
Here's to hoping. Unless they can get the full story covered.
Oh, you're squirmy. It really does depend on what story they're going to be telling us with this. Yeah. So it's really hard to tell whether or not we're going to get a season 2 of Kenobi until we get an idea of what plot points they're going to get into. Yeah. So here's the hoping, because this is one of the series that people have been dying for the longest time. So to give us more Kenobi, especially
Thumbs
more
up, man.
Ewan, I don't want this to be the last Ewan McGregor plays Obi-Wan Kenobi. I want to see more and more. I want to see him play this character.
Drag it out.
Forever.
Stretch it out. Make it last. Give
Mhm.
season 2. Give season 3. All right, you guys. With that is essentially the end of our movie news topics for the day. So here's what you can expect to come, obviously, when the Kenobi series drops on Disney Plus. We will be doing reactions to it. So if you haven't already, subscribed to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss those new videos coming from us. We are working on editing a vlog for Disney's Food and Wine Festival. We just went yesterday. We tried a bunch of food. I feel like I'm still kind of full from yesterday, honestly. Like all I've had today, I haven't eaten. All I've had is coffee for the day, which is usually fine. And cool thing that I picked up from the park, and this is already up on the channel so you can see it. The Turning Red non-spoiler review is up on the channel. It is a Pixar film. It is not going to be in theaters, unfortunately, but it is hitting Disney Plus tomorrow. It's by the director Domi Shi, who directed the Pixar short Bao. So this is Turning Red. It's about a 13-year-old named Mei Ling Li. It's a coming-of-age movie. It's a movie about family dynamics, friendships, growing up, and all this other stuff. And you guys know that I've been looking for Turning Red merch. Like, I just love the movie so much.
And she found it.
I found the Turning Red panda hat, and I bought a shirt, but it's in the closet. I forgot to grab it. So this is available, I think, on Shop Disney. This is also, by the way, they're calling this a youth size. This is, I have it on the smallest setting, and it's roomy on me. It's roomy on me.
Actually, there's something that we haven't tried yet. Can I see?
You want me to?
Oh, no, don't. I want to see the tightest setting on the youth. Okay, yeah. Is still.
See, then that looks like youth on you.
Yes, it does.
Does this mean I'm like child size?
Yeah, you're windy size. No, you're not child size. You're windy size. You're fun size.
All right, so yeah, look for the Turning Red non-spoiler review that is up on our channel now, and we will have more, reactions, reviews, and all that good stuff coming to you on the Movie Couple channel, and as well as live streams. We live stream every Wednesday and Saturday talking about whether it's Star Wars, DC, Marvel, anything that we like. A voodoo shrunken head.
Oh, like I kind of look like the reverse of that. If someone did like the reverse of a voodoo shrunken head on me, just went actually got enlarged. Yeah. My head's always kind of been this big. I just kind of grew into it.
That's funny.
I look like a giant orange on top of a toothpick.
All right, guys. With that, we're going to go ahead and end our live stream. Thank you so much for watching. And again, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I got to go to my other thing before we end. And we will see you next time. Bye, everyone. See you Saturday for the live stream.
May the force be with you.
Always.
Always.